I am back from a quick Easter break, and here are 3 main reasons why I think that NIO should in fact copy Tesla in one regard, which is to have factories across different global regions and continents. And here's why. First of all, I reported about this job post, which is in fact not for a plant manager for a factory that's producing cars in Europe, but still a NIO plant, either built by themselves or possibly in a partnership with somebody else in order to create a facility where they can actually produce battery swap stations and charging piles. And I also said in my video that I think that this might just be the beginning and actually a real car production may follow. Now, why would NIO do that? First of all, I think it's political risk. So, of course, NIO is a Chinese company, and we see that various geographies are now kind of turning to manufactured at home and getting rid of global supply chains. And this may have the effect also that countries want to kind of control what is getting imported. Then you have, for example, in Europe, a very strong automotive lobby, I should say, that will want to protect their home market. And with the Chinese company coming in there, they may make it a little different on the political side of things. Likewise, in the US, of course, the political environment is quite hostile towards China, right? And of course, with all the bring back jobs to America and American manufacturing, well, NIO should actually take that into account and also think about what a Chinese company could actually bring to America, similar to, for example, CATL building their own manufacturing site actually in the Americas, of course, to be closer to where the production, the final assembly is taking place, but also because of political risk. The second reason is, again, learning from what has happened to Tesla. Because of the COVID lockdowns, of course, Tesla couldn't produce since the end of last month, so quite a substantial lockdown there. And well, this could happen with all sort of things, not only with an outbreak, but also other things that could limit production at some part in the world. And you want some kind of diversification there and spreading your risk if that's possible. And so NIO should really think about that if they are producing just at one site, that may have also a limit of how risk-free this can go in the future when they are at a position to building actually maybe millions of cars, right? And the third reason is economics, margins. NIO wants to improve their margins, and how can they do that? Well, by avoiding paying import taxes, so having to adjust the prices for local deliveries, for example, in Europe, where they would have to pay import taxes when importing goods from China directly. What they could do is, for example, keeping some part of the final assembly, not maybe necessarily the entire production, in Europe. That way, let's say just some parts are coming from China, but then the assembly happens in Europe. It's a locally made good and doesn't have to pay import taxes, thereby improving the profitability for NIO somehow. They're aiming for 25% on the gross margin with the new NT 2.0 platform. I believe there's even more possible actually if NIO can succeed in actually scaling up, and a local distribution, I think, should play a large role in that. It doesn't necessarily mean that NIO needs to have a full factory that is producing from just the input raw material to the final car. I think that is also one of the benefits, also in general, why I think this model could work well with NIO, because they are actually set up like this. So check this out. You have possibly seen this train in Detroit, and these pictures have been floating around, I think, since a couple of years, and it's having the blue sky coming advertisement on it with the NIO logo. And of course, Detroit is one of those cities that is having lots of empty spare capacity. This is what NIO had in mind since the very beginning. So they're not, starting this as of now and thinking, oh, how could we expand overseas? NIO's business model was always set up like this, and that's also what I really like from an investor perspective, that they're not building their own factories, hence they also don't have to invest and pay down all of that for building their actually factories, but instead they are partnering up, and there are empty spare capacities everywhere, like in Europe, maybe in the future even more so, and in the US already for sure. also in China with some of the state-owned enterprises. And so this model could actually, can be copy and pasted in different locations as well. And once again, it doesn't mean that every aspect of the final production needs to happen at the final destination here. However, if taking into account those three arguments that I've mentioned, then I think NIO could tailor it to expanding their global ambitions like this. Anyways, let me know what you think about this in the comments. Do you agree? Do you not agree? What else comes to your mind why NIO should do that? Or what is actually speaking against it? Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one.